Hi, my name is Erin White. I'm 33 years old and I'm originally from Geelong in Victoria, go Cats, and I am currently living in New York City, where I work as a paediatric speech and language pathologist for children in an elementary school who have language-based learning challenges. So I learned French during my undergrad at Melbourne Uni. So I did a diploma in modern languages in French while I was doing my bachelor degree. And I hadn't studied French before uni. I really hadn't studied any language at all. I had done like a tiny bit of Indonesian in primary school and the most minuscule amount of German and Korean in high school, but I came at it with pretty much no language learning experience. So I was excited that Melbourne Uni had a total beginner starting point, and it really was that. Colours, days of the week, introducing yourself. And then over the 3 years that I was doing this course, by the end, I think I was around an intermediate level, which meant I was able to listen and speak a lot more and appreciate music and books. It was a big growth in 3 years, which was just amazing. So the first big opportunity that studying French gave me was the chance to study overseas. I went on an exchange program to McGill University in Montreal, Canada. I had never been overseas before, so if it wasn't for French, that first trip may not have ever happened, and that trip set off the travel bug for me. So Montreal is a bilingual French-English city in the officially French province of Quebec. So it was a really amazing opportunity to leave Australia for the first time and get into a culture that was so unique. It's very different to English Canadian culture, very different to French from France culture. And I met some really amazing people. My 3 roommates, or colocs, as they say in Montreal, they were all Quebecois, French Canadian, and they're still my friends to this day. I don't want to say how many years ago that was. It was more than 10. Montreal was such a great place to practice the French I'd learned at uni because it is a bilingual city. If I didn't know a word in French, it didn't matter. I just switched to English, say the word, switch back, and people were really helpful, and people just appreciated that I was trying. So I think coming from that comfort level, it wasn't intimidating because just the way that city works, you flip back and forth all the time. So I think that helped me kind of dip my toe. And if I hadn't lived in Montreal, I wouldn't have visited New York City, and now I live in New York City. So in my job as a speech language pathologist, I work with students who have a hard time understanding language or expressing themselves. And this is something I can really relate to, having learned French. That was really hard. There were times when I knew what I wanted to say, but I just didn't have the words, or I felt on the spot, or I couldn't get the grammar right or something. And that's what my students deal with every day. So I think studying a language, French or otherwise, gives you a lot of empathy. Especially in my job, it gave me a lot of empathy for my students. So I can understand them more, and I think I can help them better because I have that experience. My advice to my younger self would be, it's okay. It's all right to make mistakes. This is a process. I think that's what I didn't really understand when I was studying French. It wasn't until my teachers knew that, and they knew exactly where we were along the process, but I didn't know that. And now that I'm at the other side of it, and I'm now learning Spanish, I can see the process. So I wish I could say to my younger self, there will be times when you get it. There'll be times when you think you had it, but you don't. But it's part of the process, and you'll get there. Celine Dion.
Tu crois que c'est fini? Jamais.
I have to say Montreal.
Oh, of course.
Hands down. La poutine, bien sûr. Yep. Comme des enfants, and it's by Cœur de Pirate.
Et il m'aime encore, et moi je t'aime un peu plus fort.
My best friend in Montreal's daughter, her name is Celia.